What's up, guys? Garrett Chappell here with Nathan Ramsey, and welcome to another episode of What's Your Thoughts? What's going on, bud?
What's happening?
So today, we're going to be talking about don't be that guy. And what we mean is we're going to give you our top 10 don't be that guy moments. Basically, unwritten rules of hunting and stuff that you just don't want to be the guy that does those things. So anyways, we're going to jump into it. What's your thoughts? Don't be that guy edition. All right, so kicking it off for me, number one is don't be late.
I used to be that guy. I'm sorry.
You used to be that guy. Your defense used to work third shift, pulling all-nighters, yada, yada. But you don't want to be the guy that everybody's always waiting on.
Yeah.
Value other people's time. It's one of the biggest quirks that I have.
It's definitely your quirk. I can tell you that right now.
To me, it's so disrespectful to keep people waiting on you. Like, if I say be there at 5 o'clock, I really mean be there at 4:50. Like, that's straight and simple to the point. I mean, and especially when hunting is involved, you're already on a time crunch. You know,
you're playing that card of I need to be there at this time and be set up at this time.
I need you here by this time because it's going to take us this long to get there, this long to set up. I didn't tell you to just be here just for fun. Like,
you getting mad just talking about it.
Yeah, I know, right? But anyways, so be on time. Don't be late. Don't be that guy.
I think not necessarily my top, but one of the ones I'm thinking of is the guy that always has to, don't be the guy that always has to look at birds. When you're sitting in a blind with like 7, 8, whatever people, however many people you got in the blind, you got usually one or two guys calling. That guy probably needs to be paying attention to the birds. He's watching, he's working the birds in. But if you're down there holding nothing but a shotgun, waiting to spray and pray, there's no reason for you to be waving your head around
in there,
pie facing, peeking through the blind just so you can get eyes on what's going on.
Absolutely,
because you're hurting what that guy's doing.
Right.
So I think that and maybe it doesn't happen all the time. Maybe some people are different. They like having other eyes looking out for them, helping them watch what's going on, especially when there's multiple groups.
Yeah.
But that's where the guy on the end of the blind can do. Yeah. You know, he's watching that right side, he's watching that left side, whatever. But you got that guy calling and working birds. Don't be the guy that's just constantly got his face up or standing up trying to look and see where things are.
Right. Even if you are a caller, if you got birds overhead, nobody's should be looking up. But right, if you're not the one calling, then if you can't see them out of the window in front of you, or through the mesh in your layout or whatever, like, you have no reason to be moving your head around.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's, you know, I've got to where, you know, that when I hear that, keep your head down, it's just literally look straight down, hold everything under that hat, and just don't move until someone else says we're good.
Right.
And you catch a lot of people that don't do that, and maybe it's lack of someone calling them out on it. And sometimes it may be just they got to know where this bird is.
Communication within the blind.
Yeah. So don't be that guy.
Right. I think the next one for me would be contribution within a hunt. What I mean is not everybody's going to be able to do all the scouting, or not everybody's going to be able to knock the doors. If you're the guy that just got invited on the hunt and you haven't done any of the pre-hunt legwork, then figure out a way to make yourself valuable. If you know, like I said, you just got invited on the hunt and you haven't put any of that work ahead of time, you need to say, okay, well, are we brushing the night before we hunt? Or if so, can I come help brush? Or when we get there, can I help brush when we're setting up there? Or you need to be grabbing decoys, grabbing blinds, help setting up. Like, don't just stand there.
Be the guy that showed up, shot the gun, and left.
And then, or, you know, everybody's setting up and you're toting your gun and blind bag while everybody else is setting up decoys and blinds. No, if you figure out what you need to do to where you can contribute. You know, I think another great thing, if you just got invited on the hunt, maybe bring the blind breakfast.
Hey, That's a contribution if I've ever heard it.
If the number one key to get another invite, bring breakfast. You know, something like that could really score you some brownie points. But basically, what I'm getting at is making yourself valuable. There's a ton of work to do. Don't be the guy that just stands there and literally contributes nothing. Mm-hmm. So that's my don't be that guy.
I would go, my next one probably would be the guy that can never clean birds.
When we get done hunting.
Yes, when you get done hunting and you got hopefully a large stack of birds there, there's always that guy that has to just, I got to go. Now, and I will defend that. And sometimes it is warranted. I was prime example back in the day because I used to work all night long, go hunt, and then I had to be at work again the next day. So I have like a 6-hour window. I need to go home and try to sleep for an hour so I can go back to work.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And
there's a difference when it's occasional
and then
when it's every single time. Yeah. Because I promise the rest of the guys that are cleaning the birds, they notice what guys are always I got to roll.
So,
you know,
you don't want to be the guy that shows up, kills birds, and contributed to whatever as far as maybe you brought breakfast, but then you just always have to dip.
Yeah.
And that gets seen because I promise you, if you have a large stack of birds, because we've done it to where it stinks when you got 7 people skinning that many birds, but when you're down to 2 or 3, well, you start getting a little angry and you start knowing, where's this dude at? Why ain't this person here?
Or, you know, what I see, it's happened in the past. Let's just be straight up. If any of our guys are listening to this, it just is what it is. We're laying it out here. But you hunt, you got 8 guys.
Yeah.
We get done with a hunt, 2 or 3 guys got to roll.
Yeah.
All right, now we're down to 5, 6 guys. We pack up. Well, now it's time to clean birds. These other 2 or 3 guys got to roll. Now we got 2 or 3 guys.
Dwindles down.
So we had 8 people, and now it's time to clean. We're down to 2 or 3 people. Nah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that sometimes it don't happen. Sometimes it happens. And I will put even on the to add on to your, it's okay occasionally. Because, I mean, I've done it. You've done it. We've all done it. But don't make a habit of it. But for 2, I think a way to kind of make up for that is, say we go on a hunt tomorrow and I got a dip and you and the rest of the guys get stuck cleaning birds. Next time, I'm going to volunteer to do it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I didn't clean birds last time. I'll do them this time.
Step up to the plate the next time.
Just volunteer. We're not going to ask you to do it, but you should just say, hey, I didn't do this last time. Let me do it this time.
Kind of goes back to that contribution, if you will.
Right. Making yourself valuable. Yeah.
So don't be that guy.
My next one would be leave it better than you found it. This goes for public land. This goes for private land.
And that goes for any kind of hunting.
Just and any kind of hunting. I mean, it seems like common sense, but and I won't even say that I see it that much on private, but you see it a ton on public. You get to a spot and there's shell holes, and there's little Debbie wrappers, there's an old bucket, and there's just like whatever you bring in, pack it back out,
and sometimes more.
Especially
if it's private. You go on someone's property and they gave you permission. You go out there and you see a Debbie cake wrapper floating around in the field.
We've done it before.
Pick it up.
We've done it before.
If it's yours or not?
Prime example: we were setting up on a ditch row, and where they had run the bush hog cleaning out that ditch, it had hit some trash that was in that ditch. It scattered it all over. Just happened to be kind of right where we were setting up, and it wasn't ours. But I'm not leaving that because they're going to think it's ours.
Yeah.
No, we're picking that up. You know, prime example, you know, the day we went hunted a public spot, and there was freaking little Debbie wrappers and old Pepsi cans sitting there. No, taking that out with me. It's not mine, but it's the right thing to do. Leave it better than you found it. Don't be that guy.
So I would go with, let's go to the guy that plays the duck or goose videos on his phone in the blind.
In the blind. Oh no.
It's never like a, hey guys, watch this video and you're showing people. It's usually like you're in a layout or whatever. Everybody's on a lull and you're looking real hard. It's always in that
lull and somebody's getting bored and they're scrolling Instagram or TikTok.
And next thing you know, there's goose going crazy on a phone and everyone's going, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Oh, that's me.
We got birds. I'm
just watching video.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy that does that.
If you're going to watch videos in the blind that are hunting videos, sound off.
Sound off or warn somebody.
Or just say, hey, guys, I'm about to watch
this is a video. Yeah.
Right.
because it never fails. It's usually about the time you start hearing the phantom geese.
Yep.
Is when someone will play that video.
Because it's always in that lull.
And you're just, hey, we got birds. And sometimes it causes people to run. I'm not built to
Don't
run.
need to be running.
But they do it. So don't be that guy. Uh-oh. Get back up here.
Practice what you preach with gun safety. Practice and preach gun safety is what I meant to say. But, you don't want to be, nobody wants to be the guy to call people out on.
Yeah, and you shouldn't have to.
On gun safety, and you shouldn't have to. But if you see something wrong, correct it. It's all right if you hurt little Johnny's feelings. It's better than you getting your face blown off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Better than the alternative. Gun safety should be a common sense, but
it should be.
Sometimes it's not.
And it's probably one of the quickest things to keep you from getting another invite.
Leave your guns on safety. Do not take the safety off until it's time to shoot.
Go to work.
I've even tried to start forcing myself to even take that other step, and I'm stovepiping my gun a lot. I won't say that I'm doing it every single time because sometimes I forget, but I'm trying to. It's just like, especially now that I'm like bringing my son with me a lot, little kid running through the blind, knocking crap over. Like, you cannot be too careful.
Especially with the kid running around.
Leaving guns upright, leaving them on safety, stovepipe them if you want to go that extra step. Never taking the safety off till it's time to shoot. Never pointing them. I mean,
I feel like
common sense stuff.
one of the places that gets lost in translation the most is a cleanup.
Yeah,
because you always like, oh man, there's gonna be some birds working while we're cleaning up, so everyone wants to leave their gun hot.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're gonna leave a gun hot, you can leave one hot, but I feel like that's where people lose track of. We're about to rip that blind down. If your gun's leaning up on it and it falls and lands and smacks the ground pointing at me, I'm going to be very pissed off.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it gets lost a lot.
Or like with us, if the dog's out, no shooting. Yeah. Guns up if the dog's out. But how many times have you seen it where the dog or somebody's running out to get a bird when you got another one over here running and somebody's shooting at it? Now, you might not be shooting towards that, but it's just not good practice.
Yeah, you got to think about what you're doing.
And, we don't have to keep harping on that. Practice gun safety. Don't be that guy doing stupid stuff.
All right. So how about the guy who can't hunt something? Don't be the guy that can't hunt a piece of property. Say you denied permission or someone already hunts it, whatever it may be, whatever that reason is. Don't sabotage it for others. And I think what really makes me think of that the most is recently we had someone on one of our spots that decided to go four-wheeling in a Jeep.
Yeah.
And someone thought it was us.
Yep.
Because we have permission to be there to hunt.
Yep.
Wasn't us. I don't own a Jeep. I don't know anybody that owns a Jeep.
Nobody in our crew.
Yeah. So you may not have intentionally sabotaged it for hunting. You just may have been doing something dumb. But don't be the guy that just sabotages other people's stuff. It kind of goes back to leaving trash, or I don't know if you remember back when we were turkey hunting one time, this guy, I don't even know he was trying to hunt it, but he was literally harassing us. And I think it's because he just didn't want us to hunt it.
Yeah.
If you're doing something legal, or if you're doing it legal, you got permission to be there, you're hunting, and you beat me to it, you beat me to it.
Yeah.
Don't sabotage other people's hunts. That'll drive you nuts.
Yeah.
So don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Because now we've lost permission because of Mr. Jeep.
Yes.
And if you're Mr. Jeep listening to this,
you need to fix it.
You need to fix it.
Like today.
Because you're being that guy.
Yes.
My last one is the where's my invite guy.
Oh, God.
You go on a hunt. You finally had a good hunt. You might have posted it on your story or posted a picture, something, whatever on social media, and you get that, thanks for the invite, or where's my invite?
Where were you through the 3 weeks of scouting?
There's probably a reason you didn't get that invite.
You might be that guy.
For other occasions. One of these other guys that we've been talking about, you might fall in that category. But here's the way that I would approach this. Look, everybody wants to go on good hunts for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got a buddy that goes on a good hunt and he didn't invite you, there's probably a reason for it. But sometimes there's just not a reason for it. Sometimes it's, hey, I needed 6 guys and I already had 6 guys. I can't take everybody in the world.
Yeah.
But instead of approaching that guy like, oh, I'm mad that you didn't invite me.
What can I do to get on a hunt with y'all?
Maybe that's a better way to do it.
Yeah.
What can I do to contribute? How can I make
want to go on
myself
a good hunt.
valuable? Yeah, I would love to hunt with you. What can I do? Can I help you scout? Can I help you do this? Can I help you do that? Not just the whole, appreciate the invite.
And you get a lot of it.
I promise.
And that can be from not only stranger, but friend, somebody you've hunted with in the past. That comes from all kinds. I mean,
because I promise that will never get you an invite. Like, you're making it worse for yourself.
Yeah, you're being that guy.
You're being that guy.
And
so don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. My last one, and it's one I know you've heard me say 20,000 times since you've been hunting with me, is shoot your lane.
Yep.
Don't be the guy that's the far right side, and whenever a group or say a pair come in, they slide left, bang, 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 and it's, I shot that bird. Especially if it's got jewelry, it's I shot that bird.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you shot that bird, then we need to have the gun safety talk because you just shot over 5 people's head.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy that can't shoot your lane. And
sometimes it happens. Like, you want to center up birds to where everybody gets a shot, but in reality, sometimes that don't happen.
Sometimes it ain't worth taking that shot.
Sometimes birds are going to slide real hard left or hard right, and only, you got 6 guys in the blind while only the 2 on the end get to shoot. Sometimes it's just
what it is. But that, not only the whole safety aspect of swinging the gun, but also it comes back to what you're saying about having a good hunt. Everybody wants to have a good hunt. And if we all shoot at the same dumb bird, we're not going to have a solid hunt because we're going to be 6 guns deep and 1 bird died.
Yeah.
Shoot your lane.
Shoot your lane.
Pick, and that, we could have a whole conversation about this. This is where I'm getting heated at the end. I should have went first on this one. But you've heard me say 1,000 times, shoot your lane, because you really need to start pre-planning what your lane is.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time.
Ahead of time.
If I'm the second guy on the right side of the blind, you're right there on the end, I'm starting at bird 3. Yep. You got 3 shells. I'm giving you 3 shells, kill 2 birds. I'm starting at number 3.
Yep.
Pick that, shoot your lane. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. All right, guys, we're going to cut it off. Keep it short and sweet. Let us know what you think of our top 10 Don't Be That Guys. And if we missed one that you think should have made the list, let us know what it is.
Let's hear it.
We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.